Okay, so I've brought, if you guys remember my viral video with these little orbs right here in the windowsill with all the pretty Christmas lights, these are my rosemary, right? And I have my oregano right here. Both of them have rooted really well in these little jars. So we're going to actually transplant them. Now, to keep them from going into shock, there's something that you got to do, all right? You don't want to plant them directly in some soil. You want to plant them in some soil, in some water, all right? Because they're so used to getting their nutrients from water. You put them in soil, they're not going to know what to do. All right, so I got my little solo cups right here, and I've cut these little holes in the bottom for drainage, okay? And in just a second, I'm going to add some more water to the top. Right now it's dry. Once I add the water, I'll show you what to do. All right, see, I got 4 right there, and then I got another 4 right here. So we have 8 cuttings we're going to transplant right now. All right, you can see I've added some water into here. So you drench the cups. All right, you want them to be completely soaked in water. All right, that's what we're doing. Drenching them. We'll do these some more too, a little bit. There we go. And this works well for the rooting plants so they don't go into shock. All right, so let's get some of these guys planted. All right, so here's the roots for the oregano. They're very soft. What I'm going to do is just poke a hole all the way down to the bottom. All right, you can see the water came in. I'm going to take my plant and I'm going to work its roots down there. This is really hard to do with one hand, so bear with me. Pardon my kids, you guys. You know, being a stay-at-home mom is fun sometimes. So that's all you got to do. It's really easy. You just poke a hole down in there. Make sure you work the roots into it. And then what we're going to do is the same with the other ones. Over here, I'm going to poke a hole. Make sure I see water in there. Yeah, there's some in there. I'm going to work the roots down into it as far as we'll go. Okay, there's one. Then I'm going to pinch it closed so it has its support. And I'm going to show you guys the end result in just a second. All right, so we've got the oregano done. I'm going to do the rosemary here. Same exact way for the rosemary. This process works really good for cuttings. So ideally, you know, I'm kind of worried about the oregano because the leaves started kind of turning brown. So I'm hoping I'm not too late, but we'll see what happens in about a week. We should see brighter greenery. We should see maybe some new growth going on because it is new, technically a new plant. But these guys have been sitting in the window since Christmas. So let's see if they do well. All right, so I did want to point out with the rosemary, since it is a woody stem, to get these guys to root, it took a little bit longer. I actually had to take the edge of some scissors and get rid of the woody stem. You see it's brown up here at the top, but down here it is not. And what that did was that kind of triggered the new root phase. All right, it kind of softened it up a little bit. You see right there, some roots are coming out of the stem. I will show you how to do that in another video later, but this rosemary is doing pretty good. So hopefully these guys will be all right. All right, we got the rosemary done too, and we're going to take these and put them in a south-facing window, which is going to be like our greenhouse. If we had a greenhouse, we would put these in them and they would be just fine. It takes a couple weeks for them to kind of get reacquainted with the dirt, but I will not put them in the ground until I see signs of life. Like I'm looking for new growth, right? Like right here. That's what I'm looking for, is new growth. This smells so good. I wish you could smell the rosemary. A little baby one. They all had roots though, so I'm really excited. So here they are, back in the original window where they were, in their soil containers, and hopefully we'll see some results in about a week. So today is Friday the 13th. It means next week will be Friday the 20th, and we'll see. I'll check them in.